Saranam to all of you. With pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, dear brothers and sisters, let me first apologize to you for my absence the other day because I fell sick, down with flu. Anyhow, we have been covering all the conversations of Bhagavan with students and teachers in the veranda of Prashanti Nilayam, Sai Kulwant Hall, which happened during the year 2001. If I am right, we completed all the conversations covering the year 2002. And in 2001, we completed a couple of months, June, July, November, and so on. Roughly, I think we completed at least 3/4 of the 2001 also. We really thank Bhagavan for making it possible this way. I never dreamt that this would happen. Many English readers have been asking me for the English version of Bhagavan's conversations, having come to know that they are published in Telugu Sanasarathi. I said we will look into that matter. 2.5 years lapsed, but now it is taken up. That's the reason why Swami says there should be a right time for anything to happen and materialize. So I congratulate you for being effective instruments in Bhagavan's hands for seeing this project through. Well, this refers to the December 2001. Bhagavan, as usual, in the afternoon, started walking slowly, gently, majestically, smiling, and finally sat on the chair. And he looked at one boy sitting there in front. That boy sat with his back bent like that. Immediately said to him, sit straight. You should not bend your back. Sit straight. Why? Spinal column should facilitate circulation. If you bend like that, it becomes a problem. Further, spinal column which is bent also leads to absence of memory. You young students should not lose your memory. Further, if the spinal column is injured in an accident, it is fatal. Sometimes it would even lead to death. So, spinal column is very important and you have got to be very careful about it. That's what Bhagavan said. Further, Bhagavan said, boys, I saw you talking to each other. I want you to be very cautious as you speak. I want you to talk softly and sweetly, not giving any scope for untruth, not giving any chance for criticism, accusation, or what you call attribute anything to anybody. No. So be very careful as you talk. And supposing you slip, you can wash your feet, but if slip of the tongue, then once you slip, you cannot retrieve. You cannot take it back. So you should be very careful. And then while Swami watching, turning his head in both the directions, he saw an elderly man. And he said, boys, look at him. He is of my age. See how he is bent? And his hands and legs are almost swinging like the pendulum of a wall clock. See how he is. Look at me. Do I look as old as my age? I don't. I am ready even for running race even now. I had no ailments or any diseases any time. I have not applied any ointment. I have not taken any medicine till this day. But, please underline this statement. This is very important for all the Sai devotees all the world over. I may look sick when I receive sickness of my devotees. When I accept, when I take upon myself the sickness of my devotee, I may look sickly, but nothing whatsoever. It is in this context Bhagavan made mention of a devotee by name Biddala, Biddala, Kistappa, Kishthappa, Biddala Kistappa. He started mentioning about him. Biddala, Biddala, meaning children. Biddala Kistappa. He has so many children. So many. And Bhagavan started joking. When Kistappa goes to the canteen with his children, it looks as though elementary school teacher is going to the classroom along with school children. That's how he looks. And this Kistappa carried out his living by weaving. He was a weaver. He weaves saris and sells them, out of which he earns his livelihood. Then, one day this Kistappa, with a number of children, fell sick. Seriously sick. And Bhagavan has taken upon himself the sickness of that man. Mind you, I am just quoting Bhagavan's words, everything written here. Nothing imagination, no manipulation. Right from Bhagavan's mouth. This I am telling so that you do not question me. You don't doubt my statement. Straight from Bhagavan. So, in order to save that Kistappa and his children, he has taken upon himself the serious sickness of Kistappa and did not take even spoon of water for 15 days. 15 days. And there was one doctor by name Patel who gave tablets to Bhagavan as a cure for the sickness. And Swamis said, I used to throw them away. I never took any tablet. So I may look sickly, not because of my sickness. It is because of the sickness of my devotees that I take upon myself. And then he was also making mention of his childhood days, when people thought that he was mad and started giving him medicines. Bhagavan said, whenever anybody came close to me, I kept my mouth closed, tight. And here he remarked, when once I close my mouth tight, even King Kong cannot open my mouth. Impossible. Impossible. And speaking on himself, he said, I never tasted any sweet till this day. Not even candy. No. I have not tasted peppermints or biscuits till this day. You know the size of idli I eat? And he said, Anil Kumar knows the size of idli I eat. He knows me. Because I dined with Swami many times. And his idli size would come to not even to the size of the little finger. Even less than that. Very small size. And that's what Bhagavan said. And here he remarked, somehow I am not very much interested in food. I go to the dining table, Because I entertain guests. They have to take some food. So in order to give them company, I sit there. But I don't like. I feel really disgusted with all the items served there. I am not interested. And further, he said, for the work I do, as per the calculations of a scientist, I need 2000 calories a day. But the food I take will not be containing more than 40 calories. How am I able to work? You see this. The whole ashram is maintained by me. The whole of International Saya organization is taken care of by me alone. The whole work is managed single-handed. You are witnessing it. That's what Baba said. Then I said, Swami, impossible. In our case, just the opposite. We have to eat a lot. It is not possible for us to eat like you. No. I'm very sorry. And then Baba said, he too laughed. He said, I told you what I eat. I never told you to eat like me. You eat in your own way. Don't worry, he said. And finally he said, after all, I eat small ragi malt and little groundnut chutney. Whereas this Anil Kumar always wants pickles, spicy stuff, South Indian stuff. Then I said, Swami, there at the dining table, my valor and my courage will be on display. Everybody joined in hearty laughter. Bhagavan said, look at me. My weight for the last 60 years has been 108 pounds only. Like Astottara. Astottara is a prayer offered to God containing 108 names. Swami's weight is also 108 pounds. And further he remarked, my blood pressure is constant. It was never high nor low. It never fluctuates, even after a discourse. Usually after a discourse it should shoot up, but it won't happen. It is same. Therefore, immediately I said, Swami, those are the devotees who met you 50 years ago. When they come back, they always remark, look here, we have grown in age. We are old. But Baba is same. He is same. And we feel that we are exhausted. And incidentally, I should also bring to your notice what Bhagavan mentioned. I don't touch any fruit. I don't take coconut water. Well, my friends, can you show any human being on earth who can live like this, with these dietary habits, living on spoon ragi malt, without sweets, without fruits, without coconut water, without ice creams, without anything, working 24 hours. Therefore he is divine. We are human. There lived with Swami sometime a few years ago an elderly man, a saintly person by name Swami Karunyananda. Some of you might have met him. Karunyananda, the ochre-robed man. He always used to tell me, never mistake Swami's body as a human body. No. His body is full of energy. His body is divine. Whereas our body is just human. So never compare our body with his body. That's quite different. Then Bhagavan turned towards one teacher, an elderly person. He looked at him and said, take B complex from tomorrow. You need B complex. That's what Swami said. The teacher said, okay Swami, I'll take B complex from tomorrow. In the meantime, bhajan was about to begin. Doctors started rushing in. Doctors who sit in the front there in the veranda. They started rushing in. And Swami called one doctor, come here. What does this old man need? The doctor looked at him and said, Swami, he should have B complex. Baba immediately said, look here, did I not say that? He needs B complex. Because Bhagavan is doctor of doctors. Next episode relates to Bhagavan's conversations centering students and their examinations. One student said, Swami, I'll be completing MSc now, this March. What shall I do? My friends, though I said last time, I repeat once again, the months I mentioned, they are the same as the months containing articles covering this matter in Telugu Sanasarthi. But events belong to some other time. Because the Sanasarthi cannot allot all pages to me. It will be able to cover only 2 or 3 and will be able to cover other incidents in the next issue. That's the sequence. I think you got my point. So this boy said, Swami, I completed MSc. What shall I do now? Swami said, do MRS now. Nobody understood MRS. The boy said, MRS? Swami said, Mrs. Get married. That's what you should do. And then it was a time, the year 2001, towards the month of March, I believe, the 10th class students and 12th class students were facing final examinations. You may know that the 10th class and 12th class students here in our school, they come under CBSE system, central government system. They compete with students from all over India. And for information, I may tell you, Swami's higher secondary school students, 10th and 12th class students, all of them, 100% of them, get above 90%. You can verify from the records. Because besides their hard work, there is divine grace. So they get their marks. Baba gives his grace marks, so they get above 90. Natural. Then Swami started looking at the boys. Some of you may get 80%. He was referring to that day's paper, not total. That day they had physics examination. That percentage of marks in the paper Swami was telling. They answered the paper in the morning. Papers are yet to be sent to Delhi. They are yet to be sent to examiners. They are still to correct them. And he tells marks now. See that. In today's paper, some may get above 80. But many of you will be getting between 60 and 70. But look here, boys. My opinion is, you pass if only you get above 90. So in SAI evaluation, 90% is the pass mark. See that? That's what he said. And if you get above 80, tolerable. Less than that, I deem it a failure. That's what Swami said. Because he remarked, if you get 70%, it means you committed 30 mistakes. What happened to those 30? 70 are correct answers. 30 are wrong answers. So I don't want you to commit so many mistakes. That's what Bhagavan said. Then he looked at another boy. Boy, this morning you didn't answer one question well. Your answer to one question is not good, is not satisfactory. You are a bit confused there. You are confused. The boy started shivering. And then he looked at another boy. Boy, how did you do this morning? Swami, nice. No. No. You think you have done well, but not to the extent you feel. No. And then suddenly he called two boys by their names. You two are going to get above 90 in today's paper. When Swami is speaking like that, what will be our position? As I told you before, papers are still to be sent to Delhi. They are yet to be dispatched to examiners. Still time to value. Well, God tells marks today. That is the beauty. And then we started wondering. And Swami said, "Arey boys, though I am here, I look into your answer scripts there. As you write in the examination hall, I see your papers there. Being seated here, I know everything." That's what Bhagavan said. And then some postgraduate students came close to Swami and they said, "Bhagavan, we want to stay with you. Even after completing our studies, we want to stay with you. We want to serve you. Don't ask me to get out. Keep us with you." They prayed like that. Then Baba said, "You serve your parents." And one student replied immediately, "No, Swami, our parents also want us to be here." And then one professor sitting in the front remarked, "Swami, if anyone wants to be with you, he should have your divine grace. Or else it is not possible for everybody to be with you." My friends, this is true with everybody. Those of you who have been here over years, those of you who have been here since long, would agree with me if I say that we could be here because of His grace only. Sometimes we may feel like running away from here. We cannot. I am no exception. Sometimes I feel dejected, depressed, frustrated, very much tired, exhausted. Start recalling all comforts I have had there, relatives and all that. Feel like running away. Next morning, he gives half smile. That makes me fully satisfied. We don't know. So he has got his own methods to keep people around him dancing. He knows. So this I call it His divine grace, or we may say divine will. If anyone comes and tells me, Anil Kumar, you are with Swami, I say, no. I am not with Swami. I am here in spite of me. I am here in spite of me, not because of me. He wanted me to be here, therefore I am here. Because I am a man of a free type of man, moving freely with everybody, smiling and talking, socializing and all that. Ashram life. I am not able to believe that I completed 14 years here. Is it me or somebody? I always feel like that. There must be, so the final statement is, one requires His additional grace in order to be near Him. That was the comment of a professor. And Bhagavan gave immediate reply. You will get my grace if you obey me. You will get my grace if you follow my command. And Bhagavan gave one example. The water transforms into vapor and settles in the form of cloud that comes down by way of rain. Is it not? Swami has taken that metaphor and started explaining. Divine grace is the rain. Water becoming vapor is your obedience to Swami, is your loyalty to Swami. So this water becoming vapor, settling as a cloud, is your obedience, is your discipline, your sincerity in following Swami's words. And the cool rain that comes down is my grace automatically. That's what Bhagavan said. But there is a clause here, we should be very careful. This but has everything. Simple example. Swami is a good boy. He's a good boy, but now and then. But. So in his usual style he said but here also. What Swami? What but? There are some clouds with a dust. They don't rain. The cloud with water droplets will come down in the form of rain. Therefore, the cloud with the smoke, the cloud with fog, smoke, will not give you any rain. Whereas the cloud with water would come to you in the form of rain. Therefore, the clouds of water droplets is your decision to follow Swami's command. Then you will receive the wonderful rain of my grace. That's Bhagavan said. Looking at 600 students there, he mentioned the names of 3 students. Now, 4, Vipin, Vipin, Sai Charan, Charan, Deepak, Deepak, Vinay, Vinay. He just mentioned 4 names. Who are they? Get up. These boys got up. He looked at them and said, you are the 4 sure to get 100%. The fellows immediately ran and fell at his feet and took Pada Namaskar. And then he said, today's physics paper is easy, I know. Most of you got questions very well known to you. Like that, when Swami has been speaking about students, their examination, their marks, calling them by their names. It is not only a revelation of Bhagavan's omniscience, omnipresence, it also strengthens our faith in Him, revealing to us His divinity. Next, another episode contains Bhagavan's references to teachers this time. And the day before, he spoke about students. And in this episode, he preferred to talk about teachers. Because we should also get our dose, And then, he said, teachers, you should know how to put questions in the classroom. You should not confuse them. How much time you should give to the student to answer, you should be careful. So, what question is to be asked, how to ask, and how much time should be given should be known to a teacher. But unfortunately, modern teachers don't know these things. And then, Bhagavan said, look here. See, I call one batch of devotees, grant them interview. I give them time. After that, I call next batch. Give them some time. So give them some time so that they will be able to think what to pray to Swami. So I call batch after batch, giving them some time to think. So similarly, my life is my message. You should understand it. You should know how to ask, how to give time. And he said, the postgraduate students, you will have oral examinations, Viva was. Viva was exams, orals. You have it. And your professors should know how to ask. While Swami was speaking like that, it so happened some students were sitting behind. Because it's not possible for everybody to sit facing him. So some were there behind. But Swami's observation and the illustration he chooses to give them correct direction is very sharp and very apt. What did he say? He did not say, oh boys, come and sit in front of me. He did not say. If he says, he is like any one of us here. He is divine. He should convey in a beautiful, mysterious, divine style, What did he say? He said, in good old days, there lived a scholar. And this scholar gave series of talks on Bhagavad Gita every day. And usually, many people leave the place in between. They don't stay till the end. But this scholar observed one man sitting till the end of the discourse. Every day, one man shedding tears all through. The scholar was very happy. On the final day, he called him. Though so many people attend my talks, you are the only man who stay till the end. I am very happy, my boy. May I know what is it that interests you so much in Gita? That man said, oh, dear sir, I have not heard all these days single sloka you have explained. No. But you may ask me why I stayed till the end every day. Only one reason. Lord Krishna sitting in the chariot in front as the charioteer with Arjuna standing behind making Krishna turn his head in the reverse direction so as to speak on Gita to the fellow behind, so long there must have been some sprain or catch in the neck. That useless fellow Arjuna, why should he trouble Krishna like that? That fellow should have come to the front and sat in front of Krishna and listened to him more decently. Why should he make Krishna turn like that? That I didn't like. Everybody understood. All the boys sitting behind immediately came and sat in front of Swami. That is an indirect way of suggesting people with fun and frolic. And then he looked at another boy. He is a student of business management course. He said, "Arey boy, you had orals this morning, Viva OC. In orals, you didn't do properly. When they ask you one question, you gave so many answers. It's not proper. It's full of a preparation in Tamil Nadu, what is called Aviyal, Aviyal. Aviyal is a preparation with all vegetables made into a soup. So your answer is like Aviyal. Mixture. It's not a straight answer." That boy was really very much shocked. He never expected that Swami would say like that. And then Bhagavan said, "You should also know how to escape nicely. Supposing people put some questions where you do not know the answer, you should also nicely manage. You should know how to manage." Then, Swami, how to manage? Swami gave one example. Supposing a person has seen a thief going in this direction. After some time, some other person comes and asks you, "Sir, have you seen the thief going this way?" How should you answer? You should not say, "I have not seen." If you say, "I have not seen," it means it is a lie. If you say, "I have seen," you will get into the risk. He is a thief. He will finish you off later. He will take care of you next. So, you should find an escape. What is it? Sir, those that have seen cannot speak. That which can tell has not seen. The fellow got confused and left. What is the meaning? Those that have seen, eyes have seen him, cannot tell. That which can tell, the mouth, tongue, has not seen. That's what he meant. When he said that, that fellow, let me search for myself, instead of trying to understand this answer. Therefore, you should also have some logic, some knack, in order to make yourself free from such inconvenient questions which you cannot answer. And last summer, or year before last, I believe, the summer was very, very hot. Swami stayed for long also, year before last, 2001. He stayed here till Sri Ramanavami, very hot. And Swami used to come here around 2:30, very hot. Now you must experience the place is warming up right now itself. So Swami stayed here summer. Then I said, "Swami, it is very hot." Immediately looked at me and said, "I am not affected by heat or cold. I am not wearing slippers, I am simply walking. Though the marble stone is very hot that summer, but he was just walking like that. That's what Bhagavan said. Even in winter, people may wear blankets and sweaters, gloves. No, I'll be like that. Because heat or cold will not affect me. That's what Bhagavan said. Further, I got used to this summer, the hot summer. It won't affect me. That's what Bhagavan said. And please note this point, very important. For all the devotees in particular, the magnetic power of my feet is so high. The gravitation force of the earth and the high rate of magnetic power of my feet sometimes are drawn so close that I find it difficult even to walk. The feet get themselves stuck up to the earth sometimes. So I have to pull and walk. Because this magnetic power and the gravitation, they are drawn towards each other. I find it difficult. So I have to necessarily walk slowly. Most of the people don't understand it. And the second reason also is this. This I allowed to happen so that devotees can have long darshan. All can see me. As I move slowly, all can see me. That's also your advantage. And Swami said, the hair is also highly magnetic. Even if I put some kind of iron brush, immediately the hair gets stuck up to the brush because of magnet. That's what Bhagavan said. We were all wondering, magnetic power, hair being stuck up to the iron brush, feet being so drawn by the earth. Well, these are things are very amazing, quite unbelievable. And there came an answer from Swami. Look here, there is magnetic power in every one of you, not only in me. There is a generator in everybody. Heat, light, everything is within you. Your memory is your computer. The energy is your generator. There is heat in your body. There is light in your eye. So there is nothing outside which is not there in you already. That's what Bhagavan said that day. And finally, he made a remark to students that they should not talk too much, that they should conserve their energy such that they will have more of memory, and that they should always join good company, that they should not waste energy, and that's very necessary to observe silence for some time without entertaining useless thoughts, and that they should have minimum contacts, that they should not touch each other because they lose their vibration. And that's what Swami said to all the boys that day, referring to the certain things that they have got to practice in their day-to-day life. In another episode relates to the story of a person by name Sarangadhara, Sarangadhara, Sarangadhara. Bhagavan mentioned the story of Sarangadhara that evening. Sarangadhara was the son of a king by name Narendra, Raja Narendra. Raja, Raja, Narendra. Raja Narendra. And the father was very fond of his son, Sarangadhara. And then, as ill luck would have it, father had 2 wives, and the second wife is very young. And that lady, by name Chitrangi, 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 she developed fascination towards the boy. The second wife of the father had infatuation towards this boy because she was very young. And then Sarangadhara, the son, said, "This is not proper on your part to behave. You are the second wife of my father. You are equal to my mother. Don't entertain those ideas." He refused. But still, that lady persisted and insisted. In those days, messages were sent through pigeons. All messages were tied to the legs of pigeons. They fly and carry the message. In those days, there was no fax facility, no courier facility, nor cell phones. So pigeon communication. So one day, to collect the message, Sarangadhara had to go to the palace, has to get into the palace, into the interior of the palace. Chitrangi took advantage of the situation. Finding Sarangadhara getting into the palace, she bolted the door. She bolted the door from inside and started crying loudly. And then the king knocked the door. She opened the door and saw this lady crying. And this lady went on telling, "Here is your son, useless fellow, who wanted to damage me, who wanted to molest me. Very bad. Nobody could protect me." She went on telling tales against him. Poor father had no other alternative. He was very angry with his son and ordered the soldiers to cut off his legs and hands immediately. And this order of the king should be executed after taking the boy to the forest, not in the city, because he loved him so much. He cannot see the amputation process happening in front of him. Then, immediately, the chief, army chief, happened to get into the bedroom, and below the pillow of the queen's bed, he could see all the letters. He collected that bunch of letters written by Chitrangi to Sarangadhara, conveying her love to him. And then immediately he conveyed to the king, "O king, your son is a noble man. He is the one of perfect character. It is only your second wife who alleged him this way." Therefore, immediately the king sent orders withdrawing his earlier orders. The king sent word withdrawing his orders immediately. Therefore, one has to understand how careful one should be in life, because one may be perfect but yet may get into danger in some way or other, particularly in relation to women. That's what Swami said. And then made a remark. A woman may say, I want the husband of the type of Rama. But that woman should be of the type of Sita. If you are the type of Sita, you will have the husband of Rama. But if you are Surpanaka, Surpanaka, Surpanaka symbolizes desire. So, a Surpanaka, a monkey, a demon, with all the lust, how can that lady expect to have Rama as her husband? No. That's what Bhagavan said. And Swami made a mention of certain things that happened in the super specialty hospital that day, and how he insisted a patient to be operated upon with so many complications, which took about 8 hours. And Bhagavad Gita says, where there is Krishna, there is success. Where there is Baba, there is bound to be success. There is nothing like impossible in the lifestyle of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And then Swami started asking everybody there, what's your age? What is your age? And some of them started 70, 60, 50, 40, like that. But one common thing is, everyone looked 10 to 15 years much younger to their actual age. Please believe me. I don't know, instead of saying I don't know, I should say Baba only. Most of the people here are not young. They look young. When some students come and tell me, particularly when I wear shirts like this, sir, you look young, I call that fellow back. It's not a compliment. Say you are young. If you say you look young means what? I'm already old and trying to look young is not a compliment. So, all people look young near Swami. Why? Because of Swami's vibrations, the daily darshan, bhajan times. And most of the people working here are very, very old people. Yes. Go to bookstall, go to canteen, go to Central Trust office, university, general hospital. All of them more than above 70. There may be some boys appointed by Swami to work in these places. But how are they able to work? At home I don't think they would be able to move. But there they work. It is because of Swami's grace. And then Swami started mentioning all those that lived near me had a long innings in their life. They lived long and they left this world without any pain. Just getting into the next aircraft. Change, that's all. Frankfurt to New York, that's all. No problem at all. And Swami mentioned names of some people. Pujari Kistappa, Poojari, Kistappa. Other man, Seshagiri Rao. These two served Suraya, third man. They all served Swami most sincerely. Lived very, very long. Yes, above 90s. And Kasturi had a long life. Swami just asked him to go to hospital for a checkup. He went there for a checkup and doctors asked him, sir, please take rest for some more time. And Swami went there. How are you, Kasturi? Fine, Swami. Fine. If it is fine, why have you come to the hospital? Just for checkup, Swami. All right, take rest. And Swami returned to the mandir, asked everything to be ready for the final journey. By the time all arrangements are made, the soul left this planet. What a nice death it is. Without any ailment. See that. And then we have got one old man here, Gopal Rao, 94 years. Dr. Alreza, 85 years. Dr. Budhwar, 90 years. Still working. And Dr. Alreza, well, he had a heart attack there in Bombay 30 years back, when Swami happened to be there in Bombay at that time. And Alreza, because of heart attack, already left this world. Swami went and shook him. Hey, Alreza, get up. Brought him back to life. And today, 40 years lapsed. Still we find him quite active, working in the hospital. Till recently, he was walking to the hospital all the way. And he lives in the second floor here. Climbing the steps also, we can understand. So, living in God's company gives us the needed energy. And there is one priest by name, a great scholar, not actually priest, a Sanskrit scholar by name Kamavadhani, Kamavadhani. Kamavadhani celebrated one important festival here. He offered all sorts of worship to the idols. Kamavadhani was permitted to have Baba's darshan morning and in the afternoon. First man to go. And that day, after completing this ritual, he went and had Pada Namaskar, and he was about to return. Swami said, Kamavadhani, you don't have to come this afternoon. Go and take rest. He went home, had sumptuous meal with curd and all delicious items, that day being a festival, and took rest, and that is an eternal rest. Without any problem. Bhagavan mentioned that episode to all of us. And Bhagavan made a mention of one important thing to students. When once you know one thing is correct, support it. When once you know one thing is wrong, get out of it. Don't support that man who does something wrong. If anyone commits mistake, he is a sinner. The other person who supports him is a greater sinner. Therefore, if anyone is correct, support him. If anyone is wrong, get away from him. He made a mention of two characters. Vibhishana of Ramayana knew well that his brother Ravana was wrong. He came out. So he became great. But in Mahabharata, Bhishma knew that Kauravas are wrong, but he did not get out of their company. He served them till the end. So Bhishma, being a great scholar, is inferior to Vibhishana, as Bhagavan said. And if you are lucky enough, you will be able to hear great message even from your childhood. You don't have to wait till adolescence. No. Because Prahlada heard the teaching while he was still in the womb of his mother. Because he received sacred teachings right from his childhood. Prahlada of Mahabhagavata could face all the tests, could swallow poison easily, could jump into the fire, could jump into the ocean, could allow himself to be bitten by scorpions or snakes, allowed himself to be trampled under the feet of an elephant. Because he happened to be the recipient of the divine teachings right from his childhood. That's what Bhagavan has said. So, I think we can stop at this stage and continue in the next session. Narayana Narayana Govinda Hare Narayana. Padu. Narayana Narayana Jaya Gopala Hare. Padu. Narayana Narayana Jaya Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jaya Gopala Hare. Narayana Jaya Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jaya Jaya Govinda Hare. Hey, Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Hey, Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Gopala Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana Narayana Jai Gopala Hare. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सच्चाई बाबा जी की।